Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Easy English Spark channel. I'm so happy you're here today. In this video, we'll be exploring some exciting ways to enhance your English listening and speaking skills. We're going to dive into key topics like reflecting on your journey, setting new goals, and finding fun ways to improve your English fluency. Whether you're just starting or looking to level up, this chapter will light up your path to success. Let's get started and spark your English journey. Chapter 1: The Power of Language Learning. Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on the power of language learning. If you're watching this video, chances are you're already on your own language learning journey. Whether you're just starting or have been learning for some time, today I want to talk about something that is so important in our lives: learning a new language. So, what exactly is the power of learning a new language? Well, for starters, learning a language can completely transform your life. It opens doors to new cultures, new experiences, and most importantly, it allows you to communicate with people from all around the world. Imagine traveling to a foreign country and being able to speak with the locals in their language, understand their customs, and even make new friends. Isn't that amazing? But before we dive deeper, let's talk about something real. Learning. A language isn't easy. And trust me, I know. As a language teacher, I've been there myself. I've studied several languages, and the process can be challenging. It takes time. It takes patience. And yes, there will be moments when you feel frustrated or when you hit a wall. But those moments are part of the journey. And the best part? You'll learn from those challenges. I want to share with you a truth that I've learned over the years. The key to language learning is consistency. You can't expect to learn a language overnight. You can't rush the process. The most important thing is to stay consistent, even on the tough days. If you want to learn English or any other language, you need to commit time to it every day. It could be just 20 minutes a day, but make it a habit. When you make language learning a part of your daily routine, the progress you make will amaze you. And here's something you might not know. Language learning can actually be fun. I know it sounds strange, right? How can learning grammar and vocabulary be fun? But it's all about finding ways to make it enjoyable. For example, if you like watching movies, watch your favorite films in English. Listen to music in English. Find something that excites you and learn the language through that. I promise it'll be more engaging and you'll learn faster. I always tell my students that language is more than just words. It's a bridge that connects you to the world around you. It's how you express your ideas, share your thoughts, and connect with others. When you speak another language, you unlock a whole new way of thinking, and that's powerful. You begin to see the world from different perspectives. When you speak a new language, you also gain access to the culture behind it. Learning English, for example, doesn't just mean memorizing vocabulary. It means understanding the history, the traditions, the humor, and the way people communicate. You can begin to connect with people on a deeper level, beyond just surface-level conversation. That's when learning a language becomes truly transformative. And let's not forget about career opportunities. In today's global world, knowing more than one language gives you a huge advantage. If you speak English, you can open doors to job opportunities, travel, and even network with people in ways you couldn't before. Many businesses are looking for people who are bilingual because it allows them to reach a larger audience. So, whether you want to work internationally or simply communicate with a wider range of people, learning English can take you far. But, as I mentioned earlier, language learning does come with its challenges, and you will face obstacles along the way. But don't worry, you're not alone in this journey. Remember, every mistake you make is a step forward. Every mistake means you're learning. And the more mistakes you make, the faster you improve. So don't be afraid to make errors. Embrace them. They're part of the process. I also want to emphasize the importance of practice. It's not enough to simply study grammar rules or memorize vocabulary. To really master a language, you need to practice it in real-life situations. Try speaking with a friend, join language groups, or even try to use English in your daily life. The more you practice, the more confident you will become, and soon you'll be speaking English like a pro. One final point I'd like to make is that language learning is a journey, not a race. It's not about how fast you can learn. It's about enjoying the process. It's about the little victories along the way. Whether it's understanding a movie without subtitles, holding a conversation with a native speaker, or reading a book in English. These are the moments that matter. So take your time, enjoy the ride, and celebrate every milestone, no matter how small. In conclusion, I want to encourage you to keep pushing forward. Don't get discouraged by setbacks. Keep practicing, keep learning, and keep having fun. The more you commit to it, the better you will get. And most importantly, remember that you have the power to achieve fluency and connect with the world in ways you never thought possible. Thank you for watching, and I hope this inspires you to continue your language learning journey. I'll see you in the next video. Chapter 2. Embrace the struggles. Welcome back, everyone. In today's chapter, we're going to dive deep into one of the most crucial aspects of language learning: embracing the struggles. This part of the journey is where most learners get discouraged and many give up. But let me tell you something. The struggles are your biggest teachers. So let's talk about how you can embrace those challenges and turn them into strengths. First off, let's be honest. Learning a language is not easy. If you've ever tried to speak a foreign language, you know that it comes with its fair share of obstacles. There are moments when you feel frustrated, moments when you don't understand what someone is saying, or when you make mistakes in front of others. You might even get nervous when you try to speak in front of others. I've been there, and I know exactly how it feels. I want to share a little story from my own experience. When I started learning French, I was so excited. I had all these big plans to speak fluently in just a few months. But guess what? It didn't happen. I struggled with the grammar, the pronunciation, and sometimes I couldn't even understand what the other person was saying. It was so frustrating. I remember making a huge mistake when I was trying to order food in a restaurant. I mixed up two words, and instead of saying chicken, I said something that meant pencil. The waiter looked at me with a confused expression, and I felt so embarrassed. But you know what? That was one of the best lessons I've ever learned. Because in that moment, I realized something very important. Mistakes are part of the process. They don't define you as a bad learner. They define you as a learner who is brave enough to try. I could have quit after that embarrassing moment, but I didn't. I kept going, and every mistake made me stronger. So, I want you to remember this. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to feel like you're not improving as quickly as you'd like. But here's the secret. Embracing those struggles will help you grow faster. Every time you get something wrong, your brain is working harder to correct it, and that's how you improve. So, the more you struggle, the more you're actually learning. Now, let's talk about some specific struggles you might face, and how you can turn them into opportunities for growth. Struggle 1. Feeling stuck. You've probably experienced this before. One day you feel like you're making progress, and the next day you feel like you're stuck. You can't remember new vocabulary, you struggle with grammar, or you can't find the right words when you need them. This is completely normal. Language learning is not a straight line. It's full of ups and downs. When you hit a plateau, it doesn't mean you're not improving. It just means you need to take a different approach. Maybe you need to try new study techniques, listen to more English podcasts, or practice speaking with a friend. Change things up when you feel stuck. And remember, this feeling of being stuck is just a phase. It'll pass, and you'll come out even stronger. Struggle number 2, pronunciation. Woes. Pronunciation can be one of the toughest aspects of learning a new language. When you can understand the words but can't say them correctly, it can be frustrating. Maybe you've been practicing a word over and over, but it still doesn't sound right. Or maybe you're afraid to speak because you don't want people to misunderstand you. Let me tell you something. Pronunciation is not about perfection. It's about communication. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Don't be afraid to speak even if your pronunciation isn't perfect. People will appreciate that you're trying. And remember, English is spoken with so many different accents around the world. As long as you're getting your point across, that's what matters most. Struggle number 3. Fear of making mistakes. This one is huge. Many learners hesitate to speak because they're afraid of making mistakes. But guess what? Mistakes are the foundation of learning. Without mistakes, you don't have room to grow. I encourage you to reframe your mindset. Instead of thinking, I don't want to make mistakes, try thinking, I'm making mistakes, which means I'm improving. Every time you say something wrong, take it as an opportunity to correct yourself and learn. If you don't make mistakes, you're not testing yourself and you're not challenging yourself. Mistakes are where the magic happens, so embrace them. Struggle number 4, not understanding native speakers. Have you ever had the experience of listening to a native speaker talk and you couldn't understand a word they were saying? It's frustrating, right? You may feel like all your hard work is useless if you can't understand real conversations. But here's the truth. Understanding native speakers takes time. They speak fast, they use slang, and sometimes they don't pronounce words the way you expect. But don't let that discourage you. The more you expose yourself to real conversations, whether through movies, podcasts, or conversations with native speakers, the easier it will get. If you're struggling to understand someone, it's okay to ask them to slow down or repeat themselves. Most people will be happy to help. And over time, you'll become more accustomed to their way of speaking. Struggle number 5, vocabulary overload. When you're learning a language, it often feels like you're drowning in a sea of new words. It can be overwhelming to memorize vocabulary, especially when you realize there are so many words in English. But don't panic. You don't need to learn every word at once. Focus on learning words that are useful to you. Start with words and phrases that will help you in real-life situations, and build from there. You can also use tools like flashcards or apps to help you memorize vocabulary. And remember, it's okay if you forget words. You'll remember them when you need them. Just keep practicing. Turning struggles into success. Here's the key to all of this. Don't avoid the struggles. Embrace them. When you start seeing challenges as opportunities to improve, you'll start to feel more confident in your learning. The struggles you face today will be the foundation for your success tomorrow. It's easy to get frustrated when things aren't going the way you want them to. But remember, every step, every mistake, and every challenge is part of the journey. Keep pushing forward and eventually you'll look back and realize how far you've come. So the next time you feel frustrated, remind yourself that this is part of the process. Embrace the struggles and you'll come out on top. And trust me, it will feel amazing when you finally break through that wall. That's all for today's chapter, guys. I hope this helps you embrace your struggles in language learning and use them to fuel your growth. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next video. Chapter 3. Tips for Enjoying English. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's chapter, we're going to explore some amazing tips for enjoying English. I know that learning a language can sometimes feel like a chore, but it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, when you make learning fun, you'll see huge improvements, and the process will feel a lot less like hard work. So, let's jump right into it. Here are some tips that can help you not only learn English, but also enjoy the journey. Tip number 1. Read what you love. Let's start with reading. I know some people feel like reading in English means you have to pick up a textbook or something super academic. But the truth is, reading should be fun. Find something that genuinely excites you. Don't force yourself to read boring books or articles. If you like sports, pick up a magazine or a book about sports in English. If you love technology, read articles or blogs about the latest gadgets and innovations. I always tell my students, if you don't enjoy the material, you won't stick with it. So, find content that makes you excited to read. Fiction books are another great option if you want to improve your vocabulary while getting lost in a story. I personally love reading novels in different languages. I find it to be both entertaining and educational. And the more you read, the more words you'll learn naturally. Don't worry if the book or article is a bit challenging at first. The goal is to enjoy the process, not to stress about every single word. If you don't understand something, look it up, but don't let that stop you from enjoying the content. With time, you'll start recognizing words and phrases without even trying. Tip number 2. Watch videos that interest you. Now let's talk about watching videos in English. This is one of the most fun and effective ways to improve your language skills. If you love movies or TV shows, start watching them in English. But here's the catch. Pick genres or topics that you enjoy. If you're into fashion, watch YouTube videos about fashion in English. If you love cars, look up car reviews in English. The beauty of videos is that you get to hear how people actually speak, how they use slang, phrases, and expressions in everyday conversation. This will help you improve your listening skills, and you'll also get a good sense of the rhythm and flow of the language. I know some people feel like they can't understand movies or shows at first, but don't give up. Start with subtitles if you need to, and over time, try to watch without them. Even if you don't understand every word, the context will help you figure out the meaning. Plus, it's a fun way to learn. You'll be surprised by how much you pick up just by watching your favorite videos in English. Tip number 3. Listen to music and podcasts. Another amazing way to enjoy English is by listening to music or podcasts. There's something really fun about learning new words through songs. The repetition in lyrics helps you remember words and phrases without even thinking about it. Whether it's pop, rock, or even classical, music is an awesome way to improve your vocabulary and pronunciation. For example, you could listen to a song by an artist you love and try to sing along. As you sing, pay attention to the pronunciation and rhythm of the words. You might not know every single word at first, but keep practicing, and soon enough you'll understand them better. Plus, learning through music adds a fun twist to your language practice. Podcasts are another great resource. There are tons of podcasts out there on topics ranging from science to entertainment to storytelling. Find a few that interest you and start listening. Just like with music, try to listen without worrying too much about understanding every single word. You'll get the gist, and over time, you'll catch more details. Tip number 4. Speak with native speakers. One of the best ways to truly enjoy learning English is by speaking with native speakers. I know, this can be intimidating at first, but it's such a great way to improve. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become, and that's a big part of making learning fun. If you're nervous about speaking in person, don't worry. There are so many platforms online where you can find conversation partners. Websites like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with native English speakers who are also learning your language. You can practice with them through text or voice messages. Another great option is joining language exchange groups. These are often free, and you get to meet people from all over the world. You'll learn a lot from them, and they can help you with any questions or doubts you have. Plus, you'll get to practice in a relaxed and supportive environment. Don't let fear hold you back. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's totally normal. The key is to keep practicing and having fun. The more you speak, the more you'll improve, and you'll start enjoying your language journey even more. Tip number 5. Play language games. Let's make learning fun with games. There are so many interactive language games available online that can help you practice your English skills while having a good time. From vocabulary games to grammar challenges, these games can boost your confidence and improve your skills without you even realizing it. For example, you could play word association games with a friend. One person says a word, and the other person has to quickly respond with another word that's related to it. This will help you think quickly in English and build your vocabulary in a fun way. Or you could play games like Scrabble, Boggle, or even download language apps that have fun challenges. The key is to keep it lighthearted and fun, and you'll improve your skills along the way. Tips number 6. Join an English-speaking community. Being part of an English-speaking community is another great way to enjoy the learning process. When you interact with others who are also passionate about learning English, you'll feel more motivated. Whether it's online or in person, communities give you a chance to learn from others, ask questions, and share your experiences. You could join a local English club, or even participate in online communities like Reddit's language learning subreddits, or Facebook groups dedicated to learning English. These communities often share tips, resources, and experiences that can inspire you. There's something very motivating about being part of a community. It's not just about learning the language. It's about connecting with people who share the same goals and passions. Tip number 7. Be patient with yourself. Lastly, one of the most important tips is to be patient with yourself. Language learning is a process, and it takes time. It's easy to get frustrated when things aren't moving as fast as you'd like, but remember that every small step counts. The more you enjoy the process and focus on the positive aspects, the easier it will be to stay motivated. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. Maybe you understood a new word, or you had a short conversation in English without feeling nervous. These moments are all worth celebrating. So, give yourself some credit for the effort you're putting in. To wrap it up, remember that learning English doesn't have to be boring. It can be enjoyable and exciting if you approach it in the right way. Whether it's reading something you love, watching videos that interest you, speaking with others, or just enjoying music, make sure that learning English becomes something you look forward to, not something you dread. I hope these tips help you enjoy your language learning journey. Keep it fun, keep it engaging, and most importantly, keep having fun with English. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what works for you. I'd love to hear about your experience. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Chapter 4: A Day in the Life of an English Teacher. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's chapter, I want to take you behind the scenes and give you a glimpse of what a typical day looks like for me as an English teacher. Whether you're an aspiring teacher yourself or just curious about what it takes to teach English, I hope this chapter will give you some insight into my daily routine and the challenges and rewards of teaching. 30 a.m. Waking up and getting ready. My day starts early. I'm usually up around 6:30 a.m. I know some people aren't morning people, but I actually love starting my day early. There's something peaceful about the quiet of the morning, before the world wakes up and everything is calm. The first thing I do is stretch a little bit to wake up my body and clear my mind. After that, I make myself a cup of coffee, strong black coffee. It's my little morning ritual. I sit down, take a sip, and think about the day ahead. It's always a bit hectic, but I feel more prepared after having a moment to center myself. Once I'm awake, I get dressed, usually in something comfortable but professional. As a teacher, I need to look presentable, but comfort is key. After all, I'm going to be on my feet for most of the day. Planning my lessons. Before my first class, I spend about 30 minutes reviewing the lessons I'm going to teach. As an English teacher, one of my most important tasks is preparing lessons that are not only educational but also engaging. I believe that learning a language should be fun, so I always try to incorporate activities, discussions, and media that make the lessons more interesting. I check my lesson plans, review any resources I've prepared, and think about how I can help my students understand the material better. Sometimes I tweak the lessons if I feel like something might work better. I also check my schedule to see how many students I have that day and what their needs are. First class of the fee day. By 8 a.m. I'm ready for my first class. My students usually range from beginners to more advanced learners, so I always try to tailor my lessons to their levels. This morning, I have a group of beginner students who are just starting their journey with English. The class is energetic and full of curiosity. and I love seeing their excitement when they understand something for the first time. My class typically begins with a quick warm-up activity. I might ask them simple questions like, "What's your name?" or "How's the weather today?" It's a great way to break the ice and get them speaking in English, even if they're a little nervous at first. I can tell when they're starting to feel comfortable with the language, and that's one of the most rewarding parts of being a teacher. After the warm-up, we dive into the main lesson. Today, we're focusing on basic vocabulary and sentence structure. I might use flashcards to help them visualize the words we're learning, or we might do a role-playing exercise where they practice using the words in conversation. I encourage them to make mistakes and not worry about being perfect because that's how they'll improve. AM, break time and lesson prep. By 10 a.m., I usually have a short break. This is the time I use to catch my breath, grab a snack, and take a few minutes to recharge. Being a teacher is an active job, and it requires a lot of energy, especially when you're teaching several classes a day. I take this break to check emails, respond to messages from students, and prepare any materials for my next class. 30 a.m. Intermediate class. After the break, I head into my next class, which is an intermediate level group. These students are more confident with the basics, and today we're going to focus on grammar and sentence formation. We're doing an exercise on conditional sentences, which can be a bit tricky, but I break it down into simple steps to make it easier to understand. I use a whiteboard to illustrate the rules, and then we practice together. I love the interaction with my students when they start to get it. They'll look at me with that aha moment, and I know they're beginning to understand. We do a few group activities where they work together to create their own sentences. The energy in the class is always so positive at this stage, and it feels great to see them making progress. On PM, lunch break. By 12 p.m., it's time for lunch. This is one of my favorite parts of the day because it's a chance to relax and clear my mind. I often eat at home, so I have a moment to unwind, make something delicious to eat, and just take a break from teaching. Sometimes I'll even take a short walk outside to get some fresh air. During lunch, I think about how the morning classes went, what worked well, what I could improve, and how I can keep my students engaged in the next session. PM, one-on-one sessions. In the afternoon, I have one-on-one tutoring sessions with a few students who need more personalized attention. These sessions are fantastic because they give me the chance to really focus on a student's individual needs. Today, I have a student who is preparing for the IELTS exam, So we focus on practice tests and improving speaking and listening skills. We go through some mock questions, and I give him feedback on how to improve his answers. These personalized sessions are incredibly rewarding because I can see the direct impact of my teaching on the student's progress. It also allows me to tailor the lesson entirely to their goals and challenges. The PM, Advanced Class. Next, I teach my advanced level students. At this point, the class is more like a discussion group, and we dive into more complex topics, such as debates or current events. I always encourage my students to express their opinions in English, even if they're not sure of all the vocabulary. It's a great way to practice thinking and speaking spontaneously in the language. We focus on fluency in these classes, and I always remind my students that it's okay to make mistakes. The goal here is to practice and improve, not to be perfect. By the end of the class, they're usually a lot more confident and comfortable with their speaking skills. PM, wrapping up for the day. By 5 p.m., the last class of the day is over, and I start to wrap things up. I spend a few minutes going over my notes and reflecting on the day. What went well? What could I improve? I like to keep track of student progress, so I make sure to write down any important observations that can help me plan for future lessons. I also take this time to respond to student questions that may have come up during the day, whether it's through email, a messaging app, or even a quick chat after class. I always want to make sure my students feel supported and understood. PM, relaxing and preparing for tomorrow. By the time 6 p.m. rolls around, I'm usually done for the day. I'll unwind by reading a book, watching a show in English, of course, or spending time with my family. As much as I love teaching, I know that it's important to have a balance and take time for myself. Before I go to bed, I'll take a few minutes to review the next day's lessons and make any last-minute changes to my plans. Teaching is a dynamic job, and things don't always go as expected, so I like to stay flexible and prepared for anything, and that's a typical day in the life of an English teacher. It's a job that requires a lot of energy, patience, and passion, but it's also one of the most rewarding careers. Watching my students progress and knowing I'm helping them reach their goals is what makes it all worth it. I hope this chapter gives you a better understanding of what it's like to be an English teacher and the joy and challenges that come with the job. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video. Chapter 5: The Importance of Fitness. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's chapter, we're going to talk about something that's incredibly important, not just for language learning, but for life in general: the importance of fitness. Now you might be thinking, what does fitness have to do with learning English? Well, you might be surprised to learn that there's actually a strong connection between physical health and mental sharpness. So let's dive in and explore why staying fit is not only good for your body, but also for your mind, especially when it comes to learning a new language. Why fitness matters. Let's start with the basics. Fitness isn't just about having a six-pack or being able to run a marathon. Fitness is about overall well-being. It's about taking care of your body so that it can function at its best every day. When you're in good physical shape, you have more energy, better concentration, and improved mood, all of which are essential for learning effectively. You might not realize it, but when you spend hours studying, listening to English podcasts, or memorizing vocabulary, your brain is working overtime. It's just like a muscle in your body. It needs fuel and exercise to function properly. That's where fitness comes in. Regular physical activity helps increase blood flow to your brain, which improves focus, memory, and cognitive function. So, if you want to learn faster, improve your English skills, or retain more information, fitness should be part of your daily routine. Fitness boosts your energy. Let's talk about energy for a moment. How many times have you sat down to study or work, only to feel tired or sluggish? Maybe you had a long day, or maybe you're just not feeling it. This is a common problem, and it's often linked to a lack of physical activity. When you exercise regularly, your body produces endorphins. Those are the feel-good hormones that make you feel more alert and energized. This means that if you're feeling tired before a study session, a quick workout or even a walk around the block can boost your energy levels. You'll find that you can focus better, stay alert longer, and be more productive when you're physically active. Exercise also helps improve your sleep quality. If you're someone who struggles to fall asleep at night or finds it difficult to wake up feeling refreshed, exercise can make a huge difference. A good night's sleep is essential for learning. When you sleep well, your brain processes and stores information more effectively. So, by exercising regularly, you're not just getting stronger physically, you're also improving your mental capacity for learning. Fitness helps reduce stress. Another huge benefit of fitness is its ability to help manage stress. We all experience stress in different ways. Whether it's the pressure of an upcoming exam, a busy work schedule, or personal challenges. When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, a hormone that, over time, can negatively affect our health. The good news? Exercise helps reduce stress by lowering cortisol levels and increasing the production of endorphins. That's why when you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, going for a jog or hitting the gym can feel so good. It's a natural way to clear your mind and release pent-up tension. When you're in a relaxed state, your brain is much more receptive to learning. You're able to focus better, think more clearly, and retain information with ease. So, if you find yourself feeling stressed out about your English studies, take a break and do something active. Whether it's yoga, swimming, or just taking a walk, moving your body will help you recharge and approach your studies with a clearer, more positive mindset. Fitness improves focus and concentration. Have you ever sat down to study, only to find your mind wandering after a few minutes? Or maybe you've been listening to an English podcast, but you're not really absorbing the information? This is a common issue for many learners, and it often comes down to lack of focus. When you're physically fit, your brain functions at a higher level of concentration. Studies have shown that physical activity increases the levels of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that promotes neurogenesis, which is the growth of new brain cells. This helps improve focus, memory, and overall cognitive performance. So, if you're struggling to stay focused while studying English, try incorporating a short workout into your routine. Even a 10-minute session can help clear your mind and reset your focus. It's a great way to improve your ability to stay on task and absorb more information. Plus, after you exercise, you'll feel more motivated to tackle your language learning with renewed energy. Fitness increases confidence. Another reason fitness is important is because it can significantly boost your confidence. When you take care of your body and see improvements in your physical health, you feel better about yourself. This boost in self-esteem doesn't just affect your body. It translates to other areas of your life, including language learning. Think about it. When you're confident in your physical appearance and your health, you're more likely to feel confident in other aspects of life as well. This includes your ability to speak English. Many learners struggle with speaking because they're afraid of making mistakes or sounding foolish. But if you feel good about yourself, you're more likely to step outside your comfort zone and practice speaking English without fear of judgment. Fitness helps create that positive mindset, making it easier to practice, make mistakes, and improve your language skills. Making fitness part of your routine. Now, let's talk about how you can make fitness part of your daily routine. The key to staying consistent is to make fitness enjoyable. If you hate running, don't force yourself to run every day. Instead, try activities you actually enjoy, like swimming, cycling, or dancing. The more fun it is, the more likely you are to stick with it. If you're just starting, I recommend setting small, achievable goals. You don't need to work out for an hour every day right away. Start with just 20 minutes a day and gradually increase the time as you get more comfortable. Even something as simple as a brisk walk or stretching for 15 minutes can make a big difference in your physical and mental well-being. Types of exercise for busy learners. As a language learner, you probably already have a busy schedule. Between studying English, work, or other responsibilities, it can be hard to find time for fitness. But the great thing is, you don't need to spend hours in the gym to stay fit. Here are a few types of exercise that can fit into your busy schedule. Short, intense workouts. High-intensity interval training, HIIT, is perfect if you're short on time. You can get a full-body workout in just 20-30 minutes, and it's incredibly effective for building strength and boosting energy levels. Yoga or Pilates. These exercises are great for both your body and mind. They improve flexibility, strengthen your core, and help reduce stress. Plus, they don't require any equipment and can be done at home. Walking or biking. If you don't have a gym membership or time for a full workout, simply walking or biking around your neighborhood is a great way to stay active. It gets your blood flowing and clears your mind, making it easier to focus on your English studies afterward. Stretching. Stretching is an excellent way to relieve tension in your body, improve posture, and increase blood flow to your brain. Doing. A few stretches before you study can help prepare your body and mind for learning. Conclusion. So, there you have it. Fitness is essential for a healthy body and mind, and it plays a huge role in your language learning journey. By incorporating regular physical activity into your routine, you'll find that you have more energy, focus, and confidence to tackle your English studies. Whether it's a short workout, a walk in the park, or a relaxing yoga session, every little bit helps. Remember, fitness isn't just about physical appearance. It's about feeling good, staying healthy, and being the best version of yourself. So, I encourage you to make fitness a priority in your life and watch how it positively impacts your language learning journey. Thanks for tuning in to today's chapter. I hope it inspires you to start moving more and take care of your body and mind. I'll see you in the next video. Chapter 6. A Home of Your Own. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's chapter, we're going to dive into a topic that's very close to my heart. A home of your own. We all dream of having a space that we can truly call our own, where we can relax, be ourselves, and feel comfortable. Whether you're living in a small apartment or a big house, the idea of having a personal space is something that resonates with everyone. In this chapter, I want to talk about the importance of having a home, the different types of homes people live in, and how choosing the right home can impact your life and well-being. So, let's get started. The meaning of home. Let's begin by thinking about the concept of home. What does it mean to you? For some, home is a physical space, like a house or an apartment, where you live with your family or by yourself. But for others, home goes beyond just four walls. It's a feeling. It's a place where you feel safe, relaxed, and truly yourself. It's where you can leave the stresses of the outside world behind and find comfort. A home is much more than just a roof over your head. It's where you create memories, celebrate milestones, and spend time with the people you care about. It's the place where you unwind after a long day and find peace. So, when we talk about having a home of your own, it's not just about the physical space. It's about creating an environment that reflects who you are and what makes you feel at ease. Different types of homes. Now, let's talk about the different types of homes that people live in. There's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to choosing the right home, and each type of home has its own set of advantages and challenges. Houses. Houses are the traditional type of home that most people think of when they imagine home. They're usually standalone buildings, meaning you don't share walls with neighbors. Houses can come in many different shapes and sizes, from small cottages to large multi-story mansions. Living in a house comes with a lot of freedom. You have your own private space, and you often have a yard where you can enjoy the outdoors, plant a garden, or even host barbecues and family gatherings. Having your own driveway and parking space is also a huge perk. Plus, there's usually more space inside a house, so you can have separate rooms for different activities, like an office, a playroom for kids, or a cozy living room to relax in. However, living in a house also comes with responsibilities. You're usually in charge of maintaining the yard, cleaning the gutters, and doing other home repairs. These tasks can take up a lot of time, and depending on the size of your house, they can be expensive to maintain. Apartments. Apartments are a very common type of home, especially in big cities. They come in various sizes, from small studios to large multi-bedroom units. Apartments are typically part of a larger building that may have several floors and multiple units. Many people choose apartments because they are often more affordable than houses, and they usually come with amenities like security, parking, and shared spaces like gyms, swimming pools, or lounges. The big advantage of living in an apartment is convenience. You don't have to worry about yard work or exterior maintenance. Those things are usually taken care of by the building management. Additionally, if you live in a city, apartments are often located near schools, restaurants, shopping centers, and public transportation, making it easy to get around. However, there are some downsides to apartment living. For one, you may have limited space, which can be challenging if you have a family or lots of belongings. Additionally, you have to share walls with your neighbors, which means more noise and less privacy. Depending on where you live, rent can also be expensive. Condominiums, condos. Condos are similar to apartments in that they are part of a larger building or complex, but the key difference is that you own a condo. Condos are great for people who want the benefits of apartment living, like shared amenities and maintenance, but also want the security and investment of home ownership. The main benefit of living in a condo is that you own your unit, which means you can customize it to your liking. Condos often have amenities like swimming pools, gyms, and concierge services, which you don't get in a typical apartment. However, like apartments, condos may have restrictions on renovations or modifications, so it's important to check with the building's rules before making changes. One potential downside of condos is the Homeowners Association, HOA fees, which are monthly payments used to maintain the building and common areas. These fees can be quite high depending on the building and the amenities offered. So, while you might be getting some great perks, make sure to factor in those extra costs. Townhouses. Townhouses are another popular option, especially for those who want the benefits of living in a house but don't need as much space. Townhouses are usually multi-level homes that share walls with neighbors on either side, but often have their own private entrances and yards. This type of home combines the best of both worlds. You get more space and privacy than an apartment, but still have some of the maintenance benefits of apartment living. Townhouses often have a community feel, as they are part of a complex of similar homes, and many have shared amenities like parks, playgrounds, or community centers. The downsides of townhouse living include the possibility of shared walls, which means you might hear your neighbors more than in a standalone house. Mobile homes. Mobile homes, also known as manufactured homes, are homes that are built in factories and then transported to a specific location. These homes are often more affordable than traditional houses, and they are a great option for people looking for budget-friendly housing. The main advantage of mobile homes is that they can be very affordable, both in terms of purchase price and maintenance costs. However, they can sometimes be less durable and harder to resell than traditional homes. Additionally, living in a mobile home park might mean you have to share communal spaces with others. Choosing the right home. Now that we've looked at the different types of homes, let's talk about how to choose the right one for you. Choosing a home is a big decision, and there are many factors to consider. Budget. This is probably the most important factor. How much can you afford to spend on a home? Remember to consider not just the price of the house, but also the ongoing costs like property taxes, utilities, maintenance, and insurance. Location. The location of your home can impact your daily life. Consider factors like proximity to work, public transportation, schools, if you have or plan to have children, and shopping centers. The right location can make your life much easier, so take the time to find a place that suits your lifestyle. Size and space. Think about how much space you need. Do you have a family? Are you planning to start one? Do you work from home? All of these factors will help determine how much space you need. Don't forget to consider storage space as well. Having enough room to store your belongings is essential for keeping your home organized. Lifestyle and needs. What kind of lifestyle do you want to have? If you love to entertain guests, you might want a larger home with a big kitchen or a spacious living room. If you prefer a low-maintenance lifestyle, an apartment or condo might be a better fit. Long-term investment. Think about whether the home you choose will appreciate in value over time. Real estate is often a long-term investment, and it's important to consider the potential resale value of your home if you plan on moving in the future. The joy of having a home of your own. At the end of the day, there's something incredibly satisfying about having a home of your own. It's a place where you can relax, create memories, and live life on your own terms. Whether you're renting or buying, the most important thing is that your home is a place that reflects who you are and what makes you feel comfortable. Having a home is more than just owning property. It's about creating a space where you feel connected, safe, and happy. It's where you can be yourself, unwind, and build a future. That wraps up today's chapter on a home of your own. I hope this gave you a deeper understanding of the different types of homes and how to choose the right one for your needs. Remember, no matter where you live, your home should be a place that brings you joy and peace. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Chapter 7. Pets, our companions. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's chapter, we're going to talk about something that brings joy and companionship to millions of people around the world. Pets. Whether you're a dog person, a cat person, or you love all kinds of animals, pets play a huge role in our lives. They're not just animals we take care of. They're companions, friends, and often members of the family. So, let's dive into the world of pets and explore why they are so important in our lives. The bond between humans and pets. Let's start by thinking about why we keep pets in the first place. For many people, having a pet is about companionship. Animals have a way of making us feel less lonely. Whether you're living by yourself or surrounded by others, a pet provides unconditional love and emotional support. They're always there for us, whether we're happy, sad, stressed, or relaxed. But the bond between humans and pets goes beyond just companionship. Pets can help improve our mental and physical health. Studies have shown that spending time with pets can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even boost our mood. Simply petting a dog or cat can trigger the release of endorphins, the brain's feel-good hormones, which help you feel more relaxed and happy. Dogs, loyal and loving. Companions. Let's start with dogs, perhaps the most common and beloved pet in the world. Known for their loyalty and affection, dogs have earned the title of man's best friend for a reason. There's something incredibly comforting about having a dog by your side. Whether it's for a walk, a game of fetch, or simply cuddling. On the couch. Dogs come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny chihuahuas to large breeds like golden retrievers and German shepherds. Each breed has its own unique personality, but one thing is for sure. Dogs are incredibly social animals. They love being around people and thrive on attention and affection. They also love routine, and many dogs get excited at the thought of their daily walks, playtime, or meals. One of the most rewarding things about having a dog is the unconditional love they give. Dogs don't care if you're having a bad day or if you're a little messy. They just want to be with you. Their loyalty is unmatched, and they are often very protective of their families. For many people, having a dog is not just about having a pet, but having a best friend. However, owning a dog is a big responsibility. They require daily care, exercise, and attention. You need to make sure they get enough physical activity, mental stimulation, and social interaction. But the bond you share with your dog makes it all worth it. The joy they bring into your life is priceless. Cats. Independent, yet affectionate. Now let's talk about cats. Cats are another popular pet, but they're very different from dogs in terms of their behavior and personalities. While dogs are often more social and crave attention, cats tend to be more independent. This independence can be both a blessing and a challenge for cat owners. Cats can be incredibly affectionate, but they like to do things on their own terms. They might come to you for a cuddle when they feel like it, but other times they might prefer to lie in their favorite spot, content to be alone. This independence makes cats an excellent choice for people who have busy lives and aren't able to give their pets constant attention. Even though cats are independent, they are still loyal companions. They love their owners and often form strong bonds with them. They can also be quite playful. Many cats enjoy chasing toys, climbing on furniture, or even just playing with a piece of string. Watching a cat play or chase a toy is one of the most entertaining things about owning one. Cats also have a reputation for being low-maintenance pets. They don't require daily walks like dogs, and they are usually very clean, as they groom themselves regularly. However, this doesn't mean they don't need attention. Cats enjoy affection, and they can be quite vocal when they want something, like food or attention. And of course, you need to make sure they have a clean litter box and fresh food and water. Other popular pets. While dogs and cats are the most common pets, there are many other animals that people choose to bring into their homes. Let's take a quick look at some of them. Small pets. Hamsters, guinea pigs, and rabbits. Small pets like hamsters, guinea pigs, and rabbits are perfect for people who might not have the space for a dog or cat, but still want the joy of having a pet. These small animals are usually easier to care for and require less space. Hamsters and guinea pigs can live in small cages, while rabbits need a little more room to hop around. While these pets may not offer the same level of interaction as a dog or cat, they can still provide companionship. Guinea pigs, for example, are social animals that love to interact with their owners. They have adorable squeaky voices and enjoy being held or played with. Hamsters and rabbits can also be fun to watch as they play in their cages or run on their wheels. Birds, colorful and intelligent. Birds are another popular choice, especially for people who enjoy having colorful, intelligent pets. Parrots, canaries, and budgies are some of the most common pet birds. Birds can be very social and often enjoy interacting with their owners. Some parrots are known for their ability to mimic sounds or even learn words, which can be a lot of fun. However, birds also require a lot of care. They need a clean cage, proper nutrition, and time out of their cages to fly around and exercise. They also need mental stimulation, as many birds are quite intelligent and get bored easily. If you're looking for a pet that's both beautiful and interactive, a bird might be a great choice. Fish, calming and low maintenance. Let's not forget about fish. Fish are some of the most calming and low-maintenance pets you can have. Whether you choose a betta fish, a goldfish, or a beautiful tropical fish tank, fish can bring a sense of peace to any room. Watching fish swim gracefully in their tank is incredibly relaxing, and it can help reduce stress. Fish don't require much care beyond regular feeding and cleaning of their tank, but setting up the right environment for them is important. You need to make sure the water is the right temperature and clean for your fish to thrive. While they're not as interactive as dogs or cats, they still bring a sense of calm and beauty into your home. The responsibility of pet ownership. Owning. A pet is a huge responsibility, and it's important to remember that pets rely on us for their well-being. Whether you have a dog, a cat, a rabbit, or a fish, they need regular care, attention, and love. Pets are not just there to provide companionship. They are also dependent on us for food, shelter, exercise, and medical care. Before getting a pet, it's important to think about your lifestyle and whether you can provide the care and attention your pet will need. If you're thinking about adopting a dog or cat, consider how much time you can commit to walking, feeding, and playing with them. If you want a small pet, make sure you have the space for their cage and that you can meet their needs. The joy of having a pet. At the end of the day, pets bring so much joy into our lives. They give us love, laughter, and companionship. They're there when we need them, and they don't ask for anything in return but our care and affection. Having a pet is one of life's greatest rewards, and whether you choose a dog, a cat, a bird, or even a hamster, the bond you share with your pet is something special. So, if you're a pet owner, take a moment to appreciate the love and joy your pet brings into your life. And if you're thinking about getting a pet, I encourage you to do your research and find the right one for you. No matter which pet you choose, they will bring happiness, comfort, and a sense of companionship that's hard to match. Thanks for watching today's chapter. I hope it helps you appreciate the special bond between humans and pets. Leave a comment below and let me know what kind of pet you have or if you're thinking about getting one. I'd love to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video. Chapter 8. The Evolution of Social Media. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's chapter, we're going to explore a topic that has completely transformed how we interact, communicate, and share information: the evolution of social media. From the early days of the Internet to today's vast array of platforms, social media has changed the way we connect with one another. It's reshaped everything from personal communication to marketing, and it continues to evolve at a rapid pace. So, let's take a closer look at how social media has evolved over the years and what it means for us today. The early days of the Internet. Let's rewind a bit and take a trip back to the early days of the Internet. In the 1990s, the Internet was still in its infancy, and social media as we know it didn't even exist. People used the Internet mostly for emails, basic websites, and bulletin boards. The early online experiences were relatively simple. One of the first platforms that allowed people to connect online was AOL Instant Messenger, AIM. It wasn't quite social media, but it did lay the foundation for how we would communicate online in the future. AIM allowed people to send quick messages, stay connected with friends, and engage in group chats. Pretty much the precursor to today's instant messaging apps. In the early 2000s, social media started to emerge. Friendster and MySpace were some of the first platforms that allowed users to create profiles, connect with friends, and share content. These platforms had a huge impact because they gave people a way to express themselves online and stay in touch with friends and family. While these early platforms didn't have all the features we're familiar with today, they set the stage for the social media giants that would follow, the rise of Facebook and Twitter. The real game changer came in 2004 with the launch of Facebook. Facebook was different from MySpace because it was initially exclusive to college students. But once it opened up to the general public, it quickly became the go-to social media platform for everyone. Facebook allowed users to connect with old friends, share photos, status updates, and even play games like Farmville, which became incredibly popular. Over time, Facebook evolved to include features like groups, pages, and events, making it not just a place to connect with friends, but also a platform for businesses, brands, and creators to reach a broader audience. Around the same time, Twitter was also launched in 2006. Unlike Facebook, Twitter focused on short, real-time messages or tweets that were limited to 140 characters, later expanded to 280 characters. Twitter became the go-to platform for breaking news, live updates, and conversations happening in real time. The simplicity of Twitter made it accessible to a wide audience, and it became a powerful tool for sharing thoughts, opinions, and news. Both Facebook and Twitter were instrumental in the early days of social media evolution, and they became the go-to platforms for socializing, networking, and sharing. However, social media was about to get even more interactive and dynamic. The rise of visual content, Instagram and YouTube. While Facebook and Twitter were dominating the social media landscape, there was a growing trend towards visual content. People wanted to share not just their thoughts and status updates, but also images and videos. That's when Instagram came into the picture. Launched in 2010, Instagram was built around the idea of sharing photos and videos. It allowed users to capture moments in a simple, easy-to-share format, and the addition of filters made photos look polished and professional. Instagram was different from other social media platforms because it placed more emphasis on visuals, and it quickly gained popularity among users who enjoyed posting pictures of their lives, food, travel experiences, and more. Over time, Instagram introduced features like stories, direct messaging, and IGTV, which allowed for even more diverse content creation. At the same time, YouTube had been growing in the background, but by the 2010s, it had become the largest video sharing platform in the world. YouTube revolutionized how we consume video content, making it accessible to anyone with an internet connection. Whether it was tutorials, vlogs, music videos, or entertainment, YouTube offered something for everyone. YouTube also allowed creators to build their own brands and monetize their content, which made it a game changer in the world of content creation. As visual content became more popular, these platforms played a huge role in the evolution of social media. People were no longer just sharing text. They were telling stories through images and videos. The rise of visual media was a huge turning point for social media, and it laid the foundation for the platforms we use today. The era of stories and ephemeral content. In 2013, Snapchat introduced a new form of social media content: ephemeral content. Snapchat allowed users to send pictures and videos that disappeared after being viewed. This concept of disappearing content was revolutionary, and it created a new way for people to share moments in a more casual and spontaneous manner. The success of Snapchat's Stories feature caught the attention of other platforms, and soon Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp adopted their own versions of stories. These platforms capitalized on the desire for temporary, behind-the-scenes content that people could share without worrying about it living on the internet forever. Stories became incredibly popular, and they're now one of the most used features on social media platforms today. This shift towards ephemeral content marked the beginning of a new era in social media, one that emphasized instant, authentic, and less polished moments. People wanted to share things in real time, whether it was a selfie, a trip to the beach, or a behind-the-scenes look at their day. Social media became more about sharing experiences in the moment rather than curating a perfect, polished image. Etchant. Growth of social media for business. As social media grew in popularity, it quickly became a powerful tool for businesses. Brands began to realize that social media was not just a place for personal connections, it was an opportunity to reach and engage with customers on a massive scale. By the mid-2010s, almost every business, big or small, had a presence on social media. Companies used platforms like Facebook and Instagram to promote their products, run advertisements, and interact directly with customers. Social media influencers also started to emerge, leveraging their large followings to promote brands and products in a more authentic way. Platforms like LinkedIn also emerged as the social network for professionals, helping people network, find job opportunities, and share industry-related content. Social media had officially transitioned from being a fun way to connect with friends to a crucial tool for business, marketing, and networking. The role of algorithms and data. As social media platforms grew, so did the role of algorithms. These algorithms, which are designed to show users content based on their interests and behaviors, became the driving force behind what content we see every day. Whether it's through the Facebook feed, Instagram's Explore page, or YouTube's recommendations, algorithms have become a huge part of the social media experience. While algorithms have made social media more personalized, they've also led to some challenges. Many people feel like social media is becoming too predictable and that the content they see is too tailored to their interests. At the same time, the rise of data privacy concerns and the way platforms collect and use our personal information has sparked debates around how social media platforms handle user data. The future of social media. So, where is social media headed in the future? We've already seen major changes over the past decade, and there are several trends that are shaping the future of social media. One major trend is video content, especially live streaming. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube have made it easier than ever to stream content in real time. This trend is likely to continue as more people engage with live videos, whether it's for personal use, events, or marketing purposes. Another trend is the rise of social commerce, where people can buy products directly through social media platforms. Instagram and Facebook are already making it easier for brands to set up shops within their apps, and this trend is likely to grow. Finally, we're seeing a shift toward more privacy-focused platforms. With the growing concern about privacy and data security, platforms that offer better control over personal information, like Telegram and Signal, are gaining popularity. Conclusion. In conclusion, social media has come a long way since its humble beginnings in the early 2000s. From simple text-based platforms like MySpace to the visual, interactive, and business-driven platforms we use today, social media has had a profound impact on our lives. It's reshaped the way we communicate, share information, and even do business. As social media continues to evolve, one thing is clear. It will continue to be an integral part of our daily lives. Whether it's for personal connections, business opportunities, or entertainment, social media will keep evolving, offering new ways for us to connect, share, and communicate. Thanks for tuning in today, and I hope this chapter has given you a deeper understanding of the evolution of social media. Leave a comment below and let me know what social media platform you use the most and how it's changed your life. I'll see you in the next video. Chapter 9: New Year, New Goals. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's chapter, we're going to talk about a topic that's always on people's minds as we start a new year. New year, new goals. The beginning of a new year offers a fresh start, and it's the perfect time to reflect on the past, set new intentions, and work toward becoming the best version of ourselves. We all have dreams and aspirations, but it's important to turn those dreams into goals. And to do that, we need to set ourselves up for success from the very beginning. So, in this chapter, I want to dive deep into the idea of setting goals, how to stay motivated throughout the year, and how to ensure that we not only set goals, but also achieve them. Let's get started. Why New Year's resolutions matter. The new year has always been seen as a time for renewal, a time to reflect on the past year, think about what went well, and identify areas where we want to improve. It's the perfect opportunity to take a step back and evaluate our lives. A New Year's resolution is more than just a tradition. It's a chance for self-improvement. It's about setting a personal intention for the upcoming year. Whether it's focusing on health, learning a new skill, or making changes in your personal or professional life, resolutions give us a clear starting point. It's not about achieving perfection, but rather about moving in the right direction, no matter how small the steps might be. So, why do New Year's resolutions matter? Because they give us a sense of purpose. They help us set our intentions, build our focus, and most importantly, remind us to stay committed to our personal growth. If you take the time to think about your goals, not only can you improve your life, but you'll also be more confident and motivated to tackle the challenges ahead. Common New Year's resolutions. Now, let's talk about some of the most common New Year's resolutions. I'm sure many of you will recognize some of these because they're goals that so many people set for themselves as the new year begins. Getting fit and healthy. One of the most popular New Year's resolutions is to get fit and healthy. After the holiday season, when many of us indulge in food and relaxation, January is often the time when we decide to take control of our health. Whether it's losing weight, eating healthier, or working out more regularly, this goal is all about improving our physical well-being. But here's the thing. Getting fit isn't just about hitting the gym or going on a strict diet. It's about finding a lifestyle that works for you. For example, instead of setting an unrealistic goal like, I'll lose 20 pounds by March, focus on more achievable habits, like I'll exercise 3 times a week, or I'll eat more fruits and vegetables daily. These small changes can add up to big results, and they're easier to stick with in the long term. Exercise doesn't have to mean spending hours at the gym. It can be as simple as taking a walk every day, doing yoga at home, or finding a sport you enjoy. The key is to stay active and make movement a regular part of your life. Learning a new skill. Another common goal for the new year is to learn something new. Whether it's picking up a new hobby, learning a new language, or gaining a new professional skill, this resolution is all about expanding your horizons. Learning something new can be incredibly rewarding, and it doesn't always require a huge time commitment. For instance, you could start learning a new language online using apps like Duolingo or Babbel. You could learn to cook, take up photography, or start playing a musical instrument. The possibilities are endless, and the benefits of continuous learning are huge. It helps keep your brain sharp, increases your confidence, and opens doors to new opportunities. If you're looking to learn English or any other language, the key is consistency. Set a goal to study for 20 minutes every day. That's a much more realistic goal than trying to cram in hours of study once a week. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about making progress. 3. Saving money and financial goals. Saving money or achieving financial goals is another common resolution. Whether it's building an emergency fund, saving for a big purchase, or paying off debt, financial goals are all about creating stability and security. To make financial goals achievable, start by setting a specific target. For example, I will save $200 a month for the next 6 months. It's much easier to stick with a goal when it's specific and measurable. You can also make small adjustments to your daily spending habits, like cutting out unnecessary purchases or cooking meals at home instead of dining out. Remember, small changes add up over time. One great way to stay on track is to set up an automatic transfer to your savings account every month. This way, you won't have to think about it, and it will become a part of your routine. Financial freedom is a gradual process, but by setting clear goals and sticking to them, you'll be much closer to reaching your financial dreams. Spending more time with family and friends. For many people, a key goal for the new year is to spend more time with loved ones. Life gets busy, and sometimes we neglect the people who mean the most to us. Whether it's making more time for family dinners, weekend get-togethers, or phone calls with friends, this resolution is all about nurturing relationships. A good way to approach this goal is to schedule regular time for your loved ones. You can't always rely on spontaneous free time, so put it on the calendar. Plan activities, vacations, or simply a weekly dinner date. When you make time for the people who matter, it strengthens your relationships and creates lasting memories. Quitting a bad habit. Another popular resolution is to quit a bad habit. Whether it's smoking, excessive drinking, biting your nails, or spending too much time on your phone, quitting a bad habit can be one of the most life-changing goals you can set. But the key to success here is to take it one step at a time. Instead of expecting yourself to quit cold turkey, break the habit down into manageable steps. For example, if you want to quit smoking, you could start by gradually reducing the number of cigarettes you smoke each day. Or, if you want to cut back on social media, set a timer and limit your usage to a specific amount of time each day. How to set achievable goals. Now that we've talked about some common New Year's resolutions, let's discuss how to make sure your goals are achievable and that you stay on track. Here are a few tips for setting yourself up for success. Make your goals SMART. The SMART goal method is a powerful tool to ensure your goals are clear and achievable. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get fit," a SMART goal would be, "I will exercise 3 times a week for 30 minutes for the next 3 months." Break goals into small steps. Large goals can feel overwhelming, so break them down into smaller, more manageable tasks. If you want to read 12 books this year, start by reading for 15 minutes every day. These small steps will help you make steady progress. Track your progress. Regularly check in on your progress. Tracking helps you stay motivated and see how far you've come. It can also help you adjust your strategy if you're falling behind or losing motivation. Stay positive and be patient. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see instant results. Remember, change takes time. Stay positive, be patient with yourself, and celebrate the small victories along the way. Ask for support. Sometimes, sharing your goals with a friend or family member can help you stay accountable. Whether it's a workout buddy or someone you can call when you're struggling, having support can make a huge difference. Conclusion. In conclusion, New Year's resolutions are a powerful way to set the tone for the year ahead. They allow you to take charge of your life, reflect on what's important to you, and set clear goals that can lead to personal growth and success. Whether it's getting fit, learning something new, saving money, or spending more time with loved ones, setting resolutions gives you a sense of direction and purpose. So, as we step into the new year, take a moment to think about your own goals. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Keep pushing forward, celebrate every small achievement, and stay committed to becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you for joining me in today's chapter, and I'll see you in the next video. Here's to a year full of growth, success, and new opportunities. Chapter 10. Reflecting on the Journey. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we've reached an important chapter, reflecting on the journey. The end of a year, or even just a specific period of time in our lives, is the perfect opportunity to pause and look back on how far we've come. Reflecting on our experiences, challenges, and successes is an essential part of personal growth, and it helps us understand where we've been and where we want to go next. In this chapter, I want to talk about the importance of reflection. Reflection isn't just about looking at the past with a sense of nostalgia or regret. It's about learning from what we've done, what we've learned, and how we can use those lessons to continue evolving. So let's dive in and explore why reflecting on our journey is so powerful and how we can do it effectively. Why reflection is important. First of all, why should we reflect on our journey? The answer is simple. Reflection allows us to grow. When we take the time to look back, we gain insights into what worked, what didn't, and why. This helps us make better decisions moving forward. Without reflection, we risk repeating the same mistakes and missing out on valuable opportunities for improvement. Reflecting on our journey also gives us a chance to acknowledge our accomplishments. Often, when we're working towards something, we get so focused on the end goal that we forget to celebrate the progress we've already made. By taking the time to reflect, we can give ourselves credit for the hard work, dedication, and perseverance we've shown. This boosts our confidence and motivates us to keep going. Reflection also helps us understand our emotions. Life isn't just about tasks and achievements. It's about how we feel along the way. Reflecting on our emotional journey allows us to recognize patterns, understand our reactions, and make adjustments where necessary. It's through this kind of introspection that we can find a sense of inner peace and clarity. How to reflect on your journey. Now that we understand the importance of reflection, let's talk about how we can do it effectively. Reflection is a personal process, and there are many ways to approach it, but here are some steps that can help you get the most out of this practice. Set aside time for reflection. Reflection isn't something you can do in a rush. To reflect meaningfully, you need to set aside some quiet time where you can really think about your experiences. This could be at the end of the day, at the end of a week, or at the close of a major project or chapter in your life. Make sure you're in a calm, quiet space where you can be alone with your thoughts. It's important to create an environment where you won't be distracted and where you can focus on yourself. Whether it's journaling, meditating, or simply sitting with your thoughts, the goal is to give yourself time to process everything. Ask yourself key questions. Reflection is more than just thinking about your past. It's about asking the right questions to get valuable insights. Here are a few questions that can guide your reflection. What went well? Celebrate your successes and acknowledge the hard work that brought you there. Recognizing what worked well helps reinforce positive habits and gives you confidence moving forward. What didn't go as planned? Don't be afraid to address the challenges or setbacks you encountered. Think about why things didn't work out as expected and what you can learn from those experiences. Failure is a part of growth, and it's an opportunity to improve. What did I learn? Every experience, whether positive or negative, offers a lesson. Reflect on the new things you've learned about yourself, others, and the world around you. These lessons can be invaluable as you continue on your journey. How have I changed? Reflect on how you've grown over time. Have you become more resilient, confident, or open-minded? Understanding how you've changed allows you to appreciate your own growth and see how far you've come. What's next? Looking ahead is just as important as reflecting on the past. Think about where you want to go next. What are your goals for the future, and how can you apply the lessons you've learned to achieve them? 3. Journal your thoughts. One of the best ways to reflect on your journey is through journaling. Writing down your thoughts helps organize your ideas and gives you a tangible record of your reflections. It's also a great way to track your progress over time. When you journal, you're not just writing down events. You're processing emotions, uncovering patterns, and understanding yourself more deeply. You might start by reflecting on your day, but journaling also allows you to look at the bigger picture of your life. Over time, you'll be able to look back at past entries and see just how much you've grown. You can journal in whatever format feels comfortable for you. Some people prefer a structured approach, where they write about specific areas of their life, like work, relationships, or personal growth. Others might prefer free writing, where they let their thoughts flow without any specific structure. The key is to make journaling a regular habit and let it be an honest and open reflection of your experiences. Celebrate your wins, big and small. Sometimes when we reflect on our journey, we focus too much on what didn't go right, rather than what went well. It's important to take the time to celebrate your wins, both big and small. Whether you've achieved a major goal or simply made it through a tough week, recognizing your accomplishments boosts your motivation and reinforces your sense of accomplishment. Celebrating your wins also helps build momentum. The more you acknowledge your successes, the more motivated you'll be to keep going. Don't wait for a huge milestone to celebrate. Take pride in the little victories along the way. Every step forward is progress, and that's worth celebrating. Seek feedback from others. While personal reflection is important, sometimes it can be helpful to get feedback from those around you. Ask friends, family, colleagues, or mentors how they perceive your journey. They may notice things you haven't, and their insights can offer a new perspective on your growth. Feedback can also help you identify areas for improvement. Sometimes, it's hard to see our own weaknesses, but others may be able to point them out in a constructive way. Be open to receiving feedback and use it as an opportunity to grow. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Part of reflecting on your journey involves recognizing what no longer serves you. This could be negative thought patterns, unproductive habits, or toxic relationships. Reflect on what is holding you back and consider letting go of things that no longer align with your goals or values. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the weight of things that are no longer useful. By releasing what no longer serves you, you create space for new opportunities, growth, and a clearer sense of direction. The power of reflection for personal growth. Reflection is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth. By regularly taking the time to reflect, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves, our goals, and our journey. We get to see our progress, learn from our mistakes, and build on our successes. Reflection doesn't just help us look back, it helps us move forward with greater clarity and purpose. Remember, growth isn't linear. It's filled with ups and downs, but every experience is part of your unique journey. By reflecting, you acknowledge that journey and honor how far you've come. Conclusion. As we conclude today's chapter on reflection, I encourage you to take some time, whether it's at the end of the year, at the start of a new chapter, or even just on a regular basis, to look back on your journey, reflect on what you've accomplished, what you've learned, and how you've changed. Use those insights to keep growing, and remember to celebrate every step of the way. Thank you for joining me in today's chapter. I hope it inspires you to reflect on your own journey, learn from it, and keep moving forward toward your goals. Remember, you're on your own unique path, and every experience along the way is an important part of your growth. I'll see you in the next video, and remember to take a moment to reflect on your journey today. Great work today! Every moment you spend practicing brings you closer to mastering your English listening and speaking skills. Remember, progress comes with patience and consistency. If this story inspired you or helped you in your learning journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Easy English Spark channel for more lessons and stories. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in your growth. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and keep shining.